Hello everyone, welcome to round number 9 of the FIDE Candidates 2022 in Madrid. Again, one of the highlights of this round is Radjabov's win over Hikaru Nakamura. Nakamura couldn't sustain his momentum after his nice win over Caruana yesterday, but that is chess. And in this game, he lost to Radjabov with that outside pass pawn. Okay, Radjabov started with e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5. We have the Roy Lopez, knight f6 going for the Berlin. Okay, this is the untyped Berlin, protecting d3. I'm going for castling now, because if you go for castles, black will go for knight e4 here. And go to e1, knight e6, knight takes e5, and then bishop e7, bishop f1. This is a Berlin, which is also okay for black. Yeah, just going for the equality. d3, bishop c5, c3. Radjabov wants a fight. Yeah, castles. Nakamura went for d5. Knight bd2 takes. a5. Queen goes to c2. Everything is normal. Queen e7, a4. Knight to a7, bishop e2 back. Knight c6, knight b3. Okay, attacking the bishop. Bishop e7, bishop into b5 back. Okay, now Nakamura doesn't have knight a7 anymore. Maybe it would have been better if bishop b6 was played, yeah. Okay. I went for bishop a7, so bishop to b5, bishop d4. Nice capture here by Radjabov. Bishop takes e6. Takes, bishop f3, and this extra pawn on the a file is decisive. Here Nakamura went for queen e6. Now, if you take that pawn on f2, rook takes f2, rook takes a5, white will just go for b4. You have a double pawn, and then the a pawn will just go all the way. If let's say you go rook a8, I'll play bishop e3 first, no c5, yeah? You have to play knight to d7, and then I will keep pushing that pawn. Just go a5, how to stop. So Nakamura went for queen e6, queen e2. This bishop has to keep an eye on f4. The king switched to h1, and we can go g1. Knight h5, b4, protecting the knight on a5. King h8, king h1. All right, for h6, rook g1. f5, rook g2. It was also possible for white to just take, because Nakamura cannot take with the queen, of course, as knight takes c6 wins. So only move here would be rook takes f5, and just exchange the bishop with bishop e3, although it actually happened in the game. Radjabov went for rook g2 first, okay, protecting f2. Takes, rook f6. Finally, bishop e3. It's important to get rid of that bishop. Takes e3. Also, the recapture of the pawn is important to take away that f4 space so that the knight cannot jump to f4. So no counterplay for black. Queen d5. Nice move. Queen g4, forcing the exchange of the queen. Without the queens, black has no chance at all. After rook takes, rook e2, c5, the knight goes to c6. I think a better move here would have been knight c4, attacking this pawn on e5. But knight c6, of course, is still winning, of course. You know what I mean? Taking away a7 and b8, the a pawn just goes straight. Takes b4 is the final mistake by Nakamura. He can still survive with knight f6. Okay, a5, for example, knight e4. Maybe white will go rook c2, rook takes e3, a6, rook takes e3, knight takes on c3, b takes c5, king g8. In the end, white might still win Yeah, but not so clear. This is not so clear. But with C takes B4, it's different. Takes. Now Nakamura and for rook F6. If you use the knight, well, I can go king G2, rook F5, A5. Where else can you go? And this is if E4, A6, nothing there. Rook F6, just B5, the pawn. Rook D6, A5. How do you stop? Knight F6, A6, A7. The outside pass pawn, king G8, rook C2, hitting the C7 pawn, the knight will just go back to B4, rook takes C7 is coming up. Knight B4, Nakamura had to play C5 and then an en passant on C6. Okay. Knight into B6, E4, nice move. So that knight can jump to D5 with the protection of the pawn. So knight C8, rook C8-2, protecting the pass pawn on A7. Rook A6. Or D4, the point of E4, finding knight E5. Now the knight can exchange on B6. After king D6, knight B6, Nakamura resigned. And that's a good win by Radjabov here. Just one pawn, that A pawn. He only needs that pawn and wins the game. Now, if Nakamura continues with knight takes B6, this is force here, rook takes B6. You go king C7, for example. Now you can go rook to B7 check because if king takes C6, rook B8. You lose a rook, because if you go back to D8, they'll capture D8, takes, and then promote. Yep, you lose a whole rook. And if the king goes back to C8, I can go rook takes G7. If let's say you go rook to D6, I can go rook F1, threatening mate. Okay. We'll go rook D8, and then this rook. Whew, my God, very bad because of that pawn, the important pawn, a pass pawn. So a very unfortunate loss by Hikaru after that strong win, or maybe he was tired. So that almost 7 hours game with Caruana yesterday, and also Radjabov was motivated to get his first win. Radjabov had nothing to lose. Nakamura had everything. Yeah. So that was it. It's a day of first. Firuza also won his first game against Rapport. Radjabov is also his first win, scored his first win against Nakamura in the Candidates 2022. So Nepomniachtchi continues to lead after drawing with Caruana, 6.5, Caruana with 5.5. I don't know who's going to stop Nepomniachtchi. Last 5 games. But we'll see what will happen. Okay, tomorrow will be a rest day. And hopefully someone will still catch up, yeah? Or else it will be a rematch of Nepo and Carlsen in the next World Championship. So that was it, guys. Thank you for supporting our channel, Chart Smash Chess and Chart Smash Entertainment on Facebook and YouTube. This is Coach Oliver. Stay safe, everyone. Bye-bye.